some random things this morning. There is of course this principle, the principle of what goes on in secret. We know a thing in secret gives birth. It is a cosmic law. But this secrecy is not in the sense of paranoid hiding, but in the notion of isolation, uncontaminated, the sweet night of the stillness of the womb. The tormented and intelligent philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche, writes this interesting line, "It is what one takes into solitude that grows there, the beast within included." I think this is correct. So we must be careful what we take into solitude, whether it is hope, or misery, or the beasts within, and we suspect that Friedrich Nietzsche's inner beast frightened him, and then defeated him, as he was lured by the solitude of the deep thinker. He might have survived a little longer if he had let his brain disperse into the derision of vanity of the superficial circus of the world, and its dance of distraction and destruction. But neither choices are wise. Now the problem with us, and with Nietzsche, is the problem of the sequestered consciousness of the mind of the biological brain. Something went wrong, way back, and humanity fell, becoming dislocated from God, and dislocated from spiritual structures of being within, let's call them the soul or spirit. The human body and its brain, being a living entity itself, became aware of itself by default, perhaps by bewilderment, but transient bewilderment, because the organic brain took up the flag of survival, and tried to make the most of it. Now this brain has a unique vulnerability, it is unaware of the unknown unknown. It is isolated, like a lonely thing in an empty cosmos, and believes its dislocation. The brain now tries to think in a new way, the process or machinery it relies on is linear thinking, or equally sequential thinking, a thing after a thing, simply deductions in the darkness of anosognosia. The sequestered brain offers lucidity, an awareness of consciousness, but this bubble of lucidity is limited, and holds onto itself, as a way to survive. Perhaps we are supposed to be able to think everything at once. I think here of a man who is a genius, and apparently some type of Asperger's syndrome, unable to calculate seemingly impossible mathematical equations in his mind. That is Daniel Tammet, who recited the mathematical constant, pi, from memory to 22,514 decimal places, among other things. His brain fuses the calculation with colors and shapes, and it seems, as I understand it, he does not calculate in the ordinary sense, but the answers present themselves to him. The way to restore the way of thinking is the truth of light in God. I wonder what will become of us, humanity's future, our madness and our powers. I think of something different here. Now many years back, two distinct people, at distinct times, bothered me, I would say took advantage of my kindness, broke boundaries of respect, however much in need they were. My kind protestations were disregarded. I had prayed to God to help me, but without speedy resolution, at least from what I could see. Eventually, when I could take it no more, in frustration, I went into the spirit, stood over them, each at their time, and moved their life away from me. Each of these people, in a matter of weeks, or few months, moved physically thousands of kilometers away from me, in the physical world. To this day God has not said anything to me about what I had done. He might have, and I could not hear. I do know that we are responsible for what we do to others. I am very conscious of this, and I often talk, in these little videos of our paths of destiny, our dreams, over and over. Being aware of this, I did pray for them, that God would help them, perhaps a way of deferring my responsibility. I don't know, and what I did I would not advise others to do. The responsibility or accountability is too high. Notwithstanding, the deed is done. Let us at any event have mercy and kindness, and show respect for boundaries, and perhaps, we have a right to defend ourselves.